Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to my little jungle. Ta-da! We have a Phalaenopsis orchids here again. If you remember my previous video, I think it was 2 months ago or last month. I really forgot when I bought this one. These two. But this is a mini Phalaenopsis. If you can see, this is the one that we bought last time, and the keiki is now doing well. It's growing so vigorously as well, but ta-da, it doesn't have flowers anymore, but the other one still has the flower, but it's gonna be spent so very soon. So the plants are so healthy, and if you can see, it has burned. Yeah, this burn came from ice, because this orchids company is advertising that you just put ice cube. I think I don't remember, but they're encouraging people to use ice cube to water this orchid, but as you can see, it's going to get this plant to die. So these really are the damages from that thing. So anywho, without further ado, let's pot up this pot, because if you can see, it is just in this little pot. So we are going to pot it up. See, this is peat moss. So anyway, we are going to, what? I forgot my scissor. Alright. I'm going to get my scissor first. BRB. I'm not going to turn off my camera because I'm just gonna run. Wait for me. Alright. I'm back. Good thing my pruner is just right next to the door because I am actually using it to trim some of the plants. So we are going to use that. It is already sterilized, so I don't need to sterilize it again. Every time after using my pruner, I always sterilize it with, it's either my alcohol, my isopropyl alcohol 70%. I use my 3% hydrogen peroxide to sanitize it. So this is good to use. So if you remember from my last video, from my previous one, I mixed these all together, so you know what I'm gonna use this time. So anyway, I've already prepared my pot. So this is an orchid pot, and it's also called as hydroponic pot. So this is 6-inch pot. No, this is the 5-inch pot. Hydroponic pots. Hydroponic pots. So I'm going to use this. I am actually planning to put these two in only one pot because they're just a little bitty orchids. They're not gonna get bigger. Maybe it's gonna get a little bigger, but not so huge. So let's start to clean the plant first, and I think I'm going to I'm not going to trim this because it's so healthy. If you can see, that is so healthy. The tip of the spike is so healthy, so it's gonna shoot another buds of the flower buds, and I just don't want to trim it. And look at here, it's trying to push another secondary spike right there, so I am going to wait for that to happen, but if not, it's all right. I'm still willing to wait for this baby to shoot those, because this plant is so healthy. so I'm not worried about anything. So let's just remove these from here, and I am just going to remove the peat moss that they've used. Oops. Yeah, I'm not wearing gloves because I want to feel. See, that's the plug they used to plant these, so it's easy to remove these. They actually grow this from seeds, so that's why they're growing in a in this plug, orchid plug. I don't know how long it takes for these to grow this big because I never tried to plant a seeds, an orchid seeds. Last year, one of my dendrobium has a pod, seed pod, but when the wind came, I don't know what happened, but when I wake up in the morning and visit my orchids, the seed pods is gone, and I found it at the perch on a porch. So that's why I did not have the chance to do a seed planting. But if I do have a chance, I will definitely going to do it, but it's going to be coming from my own plants. I'm not going to buy a seeds to grow, you know. So I'm going to experiment out from my own plants. So that's it. This is so healthy, so I didn't need to spray it with anything, I guess. But let's do it anyway. So I just want to make sure that it's not gonna hurt the plant anyway, so that's all right. Can you hear fizzing? I can't hear fizzing, but it's really fizzing. I just need to trim this because, yeah, that's a bad root. So anyway, that's clean now. Let's put it here first. Oh, let's just put it there, and then we do the next one. So this one is a little bit not so good. The roots are still viable, some of it, but some of it are not. So we are just going to take it off from it. I like buying orchids from the big box store like Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, but Home Depot and Lowe's are too far from me where I live. It's an hour and a half drive, so I don't go there very often. We only go to that place if we really need to, because you know gas is so expensive, plus the time. Alright, so it's making me a little bit crazy because the roots are so bound, if you can see. So good thing it's still wet and it's more easier to manage it, you know. So But when it comes with getting orchids, Carmela's Orchids is where to go. And that's where I always buy orchids. You know, I love unboxing Carmela's Orchids because you really don't know what you're getting. But you know, they always do a good job in my orders. Actually, it's my husband, Equip Yourself Life Skill, always ordered orchids for me. So, you know, it's always a gift from him. So we are just going to trim these rotten roots, and then we're good to go. Yep, we don't want that in the pot. So there's one here that is totally damaged. Not this one. I'm talking about this one here. See? It's totally damaged. Totally dead, actually. So it's not there anymore. Alright. Oh, I think there's another one. Yep, I found that one. Easy. Oh, look, there's more. Yeah, cleaning a plants and orchids, whatever, is not easy, but when you used to do it, when you use in doing it, it's gonna be so easy for you. When I was just first time doing it, like 5 years ago, yeah, it's kind of hard, but now so easy. So spray it. Hydrogen peroxide, of course, because we trim those roots. Okay, so we're just going to wait for that to stop fizzing. Can you hear it? I can hear. Oh yeah, I can hear it. So when it stops fizzing, we are ready to repot it. I mean, to pot up the plant. So this here is gonna stay there for a while. So I'm just gonna use this. All right. That's sanitized already. I used my alcohol to sanitize it. All right. Ooh. Let's take that off. Yes, I'm kind of like that. So like I said, I prepare this one, and this is also a coconut husk, but it is already processed. I think it looks like a cloth, you know. So what I did was I trimmed. I actually have a sample here. It's like this. So I trimmed it from my big one. I just took a little amount of it, and then I took a little, cut it from here. I think I trimmed just like this much. So that's how much I am using, and I divided into two, like I did like these, divided like that. So it's easy to divide this thing. It's not like you're using all your energy. So anyway, that's how I do that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little amount of my prepared media, and then I'm going to situate this I'm still thinking if I'm going to take this off. I think I'm just gonna put it back later. We'll see if I'm gonna need it later. So I am going to plant it this way, in this side. That way my keiki would start to grow at this side here. And then, okay, it's done fizzing, so it's ready to plant. And then this one, I'm just gonna put it this way. So, so they're gonna grow together right here. I think I should do like this because I'm going to put it in my orchid tower. So, can you see it? I can't see it. Anyway, so we are just going to put more of this media right there. Make sure you put media all over the bottom. So I am not tapping it so hard because I don't want to damage the roots, especially the new ones that it's trying to grow. I got new one right there trying to grow. I also don't want to hurt the keiki right there. So put more there. Ooh. Let's push this a little bit up. That way the media don't go out that hose. That's the reason why I use that fiber, because I don't want the media to fall all over the floor. Okay. So when this plant starts to push more roots, they're gonna be so bound in this pot, and we are gonna see a roots outside the pot for sure. But right now they need to be pushed a little bit. Okay, we need to put some here as well. All right. It's starting to get hot right here, so I don't want my phone to get hotter because it will shut down. My phone is going to shut down because if it gets too hot, my phone gets shut down automatically, even if I don't want to shut it down. So I need to make it faster. Plus, I'm using too much time. You just really need to be careful, especially with dealing with that little keiki there. All right, I think that's good now. So it's supposed to be yeah, it's supposed to be right there. It's alright, it's gonna follow the sun anyway. So I think I am not going to put the steak anymore. I'm not gonna steak it anymore. So that's how I do it, and it looks pretty now, if you can see right here as well. I actually cannot see my camera, my screen, because it's so glary. So that's it. That's how easy it is to repot and pot up your orchids, especially these type of orchids, the phalaenopsis orchids, because they're so forgiving. They're like succulents, you know, so they're hard plants. So anywho, that's all for today's video, my dear friends. Thank you so much for y'all for always tuning in my channel and for always being there to support me. Thank you so much, Team Forty Warriors. I really appreciate y'all, and thank you so much for staying as my member, channel member. I am going to post more videos very soon, and like I said, I am planning to do live streaming while I'm taking care of my plants out here, because it's just so much work to do out here, and I cannot make a short video just to do it in one setting. So that's why I am really planning to do a live stream. If you like to watch it, thank you, but if you don't, it's all right. At least I'm trying to show you how I do my gardening thing. So that's all for today's video, my dear friends. Thank you so much. I'll see you again on my next one. Bye.